Oh, hello, this is Tak Chung from Walk with Tak. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and share. Please feel free to write to me at walkwithtak@gmail.com if you have any questions regarding to this video or any other videos that I posted in the past. If you have any comments or any videos you would like me to make, please enter them below the video. I'm looking forward to hearing from you. This video is a result from a conversation that I have with my friend Howard. Howard suggests to me that perhaps I should try to use the wok and to cook American dishes, because he said most people associate the wok with Asian or Chinese cooking. Many people do not see that the wok actually can be used to cook any type of cuisine that you would like. And this is particularly true now with many of the woks, which frequently known as wok pan. They're kind of like a hybrid between a small frying pan and a wok. And the end result is that you can cook dishes like this one, which is a very typical American breakfast that involves hash brown and onion, egg, and cheese. I love hash brown, so Howard suggests that maybe I should try this particular hash brown, which come in a dehydrated form. All I need to do is to hydrate it with water, and I soak it in water for about 12 minutes. And then will be ready. So that's exactly what I did. This is the second time I tried it. And the first time it did not turn out very well because I think I put in too much water. And when the potato become too wet, it's difficult for them to fry to the crispy texture that I'm looking for. So the second time I did it is that I learned from the mistake I made the first time. Now this is the basis of template-based cooking. Is that with template-based cooking, you always look at how the process is being done. And template-based cooking involves adaptation and adjustment. So consequently, you can make changes based on the initial result that you have found. So in this case, I decided I'm going to use a little bit less water. Now, instead of completely cover the hash brown with water, I just put enough of it, and I use a pair of chopsticks to push the hash brown down. It turned out that it is more than sufficient water. The last time when I did it is that I poured water all over the hash brown, and this caused the hash brown become very dry. Using this method, at the end, the water is completely absorbed. Okay, to cook this dish, I'm going to use my Cuisinart 14-inch stainless steel wok. And this is my favorite wok, and it's very inexpensive. And here is a video that I reviewed this wok. You can take a look. This is a great starter wok because it can do almost anything that you would like. So first of all, I spot seasoned the wok using my spot seasoning method. Now it is important you season the wok properly because hash brown is likely to stick to the surface of the wok. In fact, according to the instruction from the company who make this hash brown potato, they suggest that you use a wok with non-stick coating. Now, since I do not like wok with non-stick coating, and through the template, I come to the understanding is that the hash brown probably behave very much like noodles. When I pan fry noodles, if I season the wok properly, and if I do not turn the heat too high, as well as to have sufficient amount of oil, I'm able to fry the noodles to a crispy texture without having them stick to the bottom surface of the wok. And this is the similar approach, and I believe that it's going to work. Now, the first time when the hash brown is too wet, I do have a little bit problem. But this time, it looks like it's going to work very well. When I turn the noodle over, you look at that, some of them have already been brown. So actually, I do not have enough oil in it because at the bottom of the wok, there almost no oil at all. And that definitely will result in the hash brown to stick to the surface of the wok, but by adding some additional oil, I have no problem at all. Again, this is a basic template, very similar to frying noodles. And so once you start to understand the template, you are able to make adjustment, and that's the beauty of template-based cooking. A lot of time when people use recipes, they follow the recipe, but the recipe did not work out. Simply because a lot of time, which I feel the same way, when I put a recipe together, I cannot describe everything in it. And that's the reason why for my YouTube channel, I want to promote the fast cooking system by providing people an understanding of the importance of using template-based cooking, because anytime when you use a template, it causes you to think about how the outcome is going to be. So as you can see in here, it works very well. In fact, it works almost exactly the same way as I would if I had been frying some spaghetti pasta noodles. As you notice that the hash brown has no indication of it stick to the bottom surface of the wok at all. And the end result is that it turned out really great. As you can see, it browned the hash brown in exactly the perfect I would like it. It is nicely brown, but it's not burned. So the approach in cooking this dish is that I'm going to cook each part of the dish separately. Now this is again very similar in stir frying and what we call combinatorial stir frying. In combinatorial stir frying is that based on the nature of the food ingredients, you can cook them separately, because by cooking them separately, you're able to control their texture precisely how you like it. Now in this case, of course, it is very important for the hash brown to be crisp. So by cooking it separately without cooking it together with onion, which I'm going to cook next, this will keep the hash brown nice and crisp. And the end result is that you will really enjoy the full flavor, the texture of the hash brown. And by using the wok, it is very simple. Now you can move on to the next step. In fact, using the wok, you don't even have to wash it, because nothing sticks to the surface of the wok, and I still have some oil on the surface of the wok. So the next step is that I'm going to cook the onion. Now the onion plays a very important role to this dish. Hash brown has great flavor, and particularly now with the browning, it gives that nice crispy texture. The onion serves a different purpose. The onion gives a great aroma to the dish. But more importantly is that the soft texture of the onion will create a contrast with the crispy texture of the hash brown. And when it comes to food, the contrast in texture turns out to be really important, because when you have contrast in texture, you're able to notice the difference between the different food ingredients that are present. A lot of time, many people do not like a stew. It's because everything are cooked to pretty much the same texture, and you lost that contrast, and it reduced the culinary pleasure of that dish. Now again, because in home cooking, you can control every aspect of the texture, the doneness. If you want the onion to be soft, you can cook it a little bit longer. But if you want it to be more crispy, you can cook it less. So again, with home cooking, this provides you with the possibility as well as the adaptation of how you want the dish to come out. Okay, now the second part of this dish is that I'm going to layer the onion right on top of the hash brown. Now as you can see, this is clearly a demonstration that the wok is perfectly functional for all kinds of cooking. The first part, we basically use the wok as a frying pan to fry the hash brown. But the second part, we actually stir fry the onion. So the final part of this dish is to cook some egg. So I decided I'm going to fry a couple eggs sunny side up. This breakfast is going to be shared between my wife and I. So we're both going to have an egg. Again, the versatility of the wok will allow you now to use it going back as a frying pan. Now you start to fry the egg. Again, by properly seasoning the wok, I have no problem having the egg to be freely glide on the surface of the wok. Now initially it might stick a tiny little bit, but it is easily to be free by using the wok spatula. Okay, now this part is done. I'm going to layer the egg on top of the onion. Again, this is a good example of how you can use the wok in different steps of the cooking process using exactly the same cooking utensil. Then make it so much easier. Otherwise, you will have to maybe using different type of cooking utensil. Since the wok is scalable, you can cook hash brown in it, but at the same time, you can use it only to fry 2 eggs. By using this combinatorial approach, you're able to assemble a dish with different type of texture. Okay, now the final step is to garnish it with some cheese. Now, I am not a great fan of cheese myself, and I probably would not put cheese on top of this dish, but my wife loves cheese. Again, cooking is really a social activity. You cook for yourself as well for other people, and there's always going to be compromise, and that's what's great about home cooking. And one of my friends who live in Alaska told me that the wok is probably the most effective and versatility cooking utensil that he has ever used. In fact, he suggests that everybody should have a wok in their kitchen. Therefore, I would like to demonstrate to you in future videos of how you can use the wok for almost any type of cooking in addition to stir frying. In fact, the best wok to have, as I've mentioned earlier, is a stainless steel wok that with a large flat surface area, frequently referred to as a wok pan. This type of wok is extremely functional for almost all different type of cooking, and you can cook any type of cuisine using a wok. So if you have any dishes in mind that are not normally based on stir frying, and you would like me to adapt it for using in a wok, please let me know. I will be happy to try it out, and I think it will be a lot of fun for me to see what the wok can do. I post a video each day with the goal is to help you to make home cooking practical, efficient, creative, and fun using my fast cooking system. Because if you find it practical, and if you find it that you can cook a meal in less than 20 to 30 minutes, they are more likely for you to cook on a regular basis, which is vital for your long-term well-being. So if you'd like to learn more about my fast cooking system, please subscribe to this YouTube channel. So keep on cooking, and I will see you tomorrow.